Round out west, we are on the brink of brooms as the Thunder take the 3-0 series lead, 121-109 Saturday in Phoenix. Your headliner, obvious. Shai, 42 points on 15 of 18 from the floor. Efficiency be thy name. Taking a look at your best field goal percentage in a 40-plus point playoff performance. This, the second highest percentage, 83 from the field, as the Thunder and SGA are now one win away of round two. And for more, we welcome in CBS NBA analyst John Gonzalez. John, this is sort of like the 15-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, like no notes. You just stand and you clap for what SGA pulled off. This is another performance efficient as they come. 42 on 15 of 18. What comes to mind from this 48?
He makes it look so easy, right? It's a playoff career high for him. I was watching the game, Joe, and I'm thinking like, he's okay today. And then I look at his line and I'm thinking, oh, wait, that's a playoff career high for him. And as you mentioned, the efficiency was ridiculous. 15 of 18 from the floor, but then also 11 of 12 from the line, which is really what makes him so difficult to defend against and to combat and to beat, because he gets to the line so easily, and when he gets there, he's automatic, and there's really nothing you can do about it. And I know a lot of people, it frustrates them. Some people don't like watching OKC as a result. I love it. I think it's a huge skill set. It's obviously a main reason why he's the defending MVP and most likely the two-time MVP and also the reigning finals MVP, because there's just absolutely nothing that you can do to slow that guy down. And even, again, on a night when it didn't look like he was putting in that much work, he really did. He was phenomenal tonight.
He gets to his spots and just so happens to get to the line as often as he does. This was beautiful basketball. If you don't like this, this just might not be for you. And the Thunder, they continue to ascend in a way over the last few years that we expect more out of them. And maybe that's the bar too high that we have set for them. But we are now one win away in each series from new guard versus old guard, OKC versus Lakers. We'll have plenty of time to break that down. But I offer that to ask you this. It feels like OKC is pacing themselves for what they now know is out in front of them, having done it a year ago, climbing that mountain once again. Are there further gears for this OKC team that we have not yet seen this postseason?
I don't even think that they've gotten out of first gear, right? If we're going to continue this you and I straining this metaphor here. I mean, you look at their team, they have Jalen Williams isn't going to play for, their foreseeable future. He's going to be reevaluated with that hamstring weekly, they said. He missed 49 games earlier this year. They're going to bring him along fairly slowly because they can, right? Like, look at what's happening in this series. It doesn't even look like they're trying that hard, Joe. Tonight, they have SGA's supreme effort. Okay, fine. You put that to the side. Only three other guys were in double figures: AJ Mitchell, Alex Caruso, and Chet Holmgren just barely. But they got contributions from everybody on that roster. So when you're talking about like what other gear can they reach, like wait until these guys start trying, right? I mean, Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein were good defensively tonight. Lou Dort and Kayson Wallace are always good defensively, as is Alex Caruso. And then you've got these other players on the bench, like the other Jalen Williams, Jay Will, Aaron Wiggins, Jared McCain, who's just like way at the end of the bench. And they're like, sure, let's throw him out there because there's not going to be any Jalen Williams and he can launch a couple of threes. I mean, it's remarkable how deep this team is and how many different ways Mark Dagnall has to beat you. So yes, I think like Oklahoma City, it's like they're very much pacing themselves right now.
A nightmare to prepare for whoever stands in their way. Again, one more with the Suns, likely all that it will take, and then probably the Lakers, who stand up 3-0. Maybe an early scout on the James to James lob is how you spend your time at this point. John Gonzalez, we appreciate your insight always. All right, a look here at most consecutive wins in the first round of the playoffs. They don't mess around. That's why I say likely only one more required. No interest in the gentleman's sweep. No interest in pushing food around and maybe taking one extra. 11 in a row in the first round and looking to complete a third consecutive first-round sweep.
Half-point spread. So odds makers are saying we don't really know what's going to happen. Series tied at one game apiece. With that, we welcome in Alex Selznick. Alex, game two, we saw Detroit come out with a 15-point win, a 27-point lead at one point. A bad shooting night for the Magic, to say the least, after their game one win. You're staying away from a side, though. You're looking at Tobias Harris under on his points prop.
Indeed, Claudia. Yeah, we're going under 15.5 here. This is a big line for Tobias Harris, who averaged just 13 points per game in the regular season. However, he's had a bigger role in the postseason thus far. Small sample size, but he shot 15 field goal attempts in game 1, followed by 17 field goal attempts in game 2. I think he's very unlikely to replicate that sort of shooting volume here. Also, when we talk about the Magic as an opponent, they play at a very sluggish pace. This is reflected in the totals. So I think this is going to be a pace down, low scoring environment. And I just think 16 points is a tall order for Harris, who would have to shoot more than his season average, which I believe he's unlikely to do moving forward.
Yeah, just over 13 points on the season. But even with the volume there for him, 1 for 7 from the 3, 0 for 3 from the 3. Like, even if the volume is there, he's just not hitting a shot. So I do tend to like the under there for the first game. As we take a look at the rest of the evening slate, we got the Thunder and Suns with 3:30 tip-off, Knicks and the Hawks at 6 Eastern, and the Nuggets and T-Wolves. How will the Nuggets bounce back? We'll find out with an 8:30 tip-off. With that, we say hello to Alex Salesnick. Alex, let's talk about this Thunder Suns Game 3 in Phoenix. OKC leading 2-0. Dillon Brooks is the silver lining, I guess we can call it, for Phoenix, coming off a 30-point game. You're zoning in on him.
I do, yeah, Claudia. I think he's in a great spot to continue scoring. I like him to go over just 17.5 points for a variety of reasons. The Phoenix Suns just don't have very many reliable scorers with Grayson Allen banged up. It's basically Devin Booker, Dillon Brooks, and Jalen Green. And Dillon Brooks has a green light right now in this Phoenix offense, coming off of a 30-point performance in game 2. Game 1 also took close to 20 field goal attempts, so he's going to shoot a lot. What I also like about this, he has drastic home versus road splits. He averaged nearly 23 points per game in Phoenix this season, compared to under 16 points per game on the road. So I think it's a combination of things: having a green light in the offense, heading back home to Phoenix, and then the Suns just not having enough reliable scoring, especially off the bench. I think Dillon Brooks is going to have to continue to shoot a ton to keep them in the games.
Yeah, you talk about the depth, but also the fact that Devin Booker hasn't really shown up. And I know it's been a regular season thing, but certainly in the postseason, you talk volume. We're seeing double, triple the shots for Dillon Brooks, and they're falling. So, yeah, I tend to lean to the over with you there. Let's talk about panic in New York, as I like to call it, with the Knicks and the Hawks. Game 4 in Atlanta, Hawks up 2-1. You're not looking at a side, which I don't blame you. It's hard to check the temperature on these teams right now. You're going to go, though, with the season's most improved player in Atlanta's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. How you playing him?
Yeah, Claudia, I'm a sucker for a discount, and we're getting a significant one on his scoring prop. Just going over 17.5 points for Alexander Walker, who, as you mentioned, most improved player, had a fantastic regular season. However, he struggled in the postseason. He's shooting a ton, but the shots are not dropping for him, but they're good looks, and he has a green light. I don't think his confidence is wavered. I just think it's a matter of getting a couple baskets early. He's playing extremely heavy minutes. He's taking a ton of threes. He's still very engaged defensively here. So I think he's going to get back on track. It's all the more impressive, too, that the Hawks find themselves up 2-1 without him having a single good shooting night in the series. So I think he's more likely than not to get back on track. He averaged over 20 points per game in the regular season. I think he goes over this line of 17.5 today.
Yeah, like you said, even with him not going off, the Hawks are surprising people by still winning games. So panic for the Knicks, maybe slight panic for the Nuggets, who take on the T-Wolves Game 4 in Minnesota. Minnesota leading 2-1. And panic, I say, because the Nuggets offense, which was the best in the regular season, is being quieted by Minnesota's defense. Credit to that defense. Speaking of defense, Rudy Gobert is usually the guy that comes to mind. You're fading his offensive game here, though.
Indeed, Claudia. Yeah, and he's been fantastic, but I'm going to go under 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Rudy Gobert, who's played huge minutes in this game, or in this series. He's also done a fantastic job slowing down Nikola Jokic. I believe Gobert is just as pivotal to any single player why this Timberwolves teams find themselves up 2-1 heading into Game 4. However, this is a lot of offensive output for Rudy Gobert, who's been playing more minutes than he's played all season long. You have to wonder if that's going to catch up to him here, but he's not scoring a ton. He's just really focusing in on defending Nikola Jokic. But when you deal with Nikola Jokic, foul trouble is a big factor, and I think he's very unlikely to play his full allotment of minutes because he's very likely to get into foul trouble, something that's plagued him in this series and throughout the regular season head-to-head matchups with Denver. So I just think there's a lot of ways that Gobert stays under this line. Even if he gets his full minutes, it's not a given that he goes over 24 points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, having to stop the best player in the league in Nikola Jokic is enough. So maybe you don't need the points to go with it. Alex Selznick, appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Here's another look at what Alex likes. Thunder at Suns. Brooks over on points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with the points. And Rudy Gobert, we're going to go under because all he needs to do is defend.
Hair's